Hello, it's Sunday, and my name is Bill, and it's Sunday, and just out of the blue, I decided to spend the last of my Christmassy money that I got this lighting's horrible. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I could turn the channel. How do I see the chat? Sorry, new phone. I'm totally new. I feel like how do I see the chat? Okay. So, a couple things. New phone. So I'm still learning how to do live on the new phone. It's, oh, I can see chats. Daniel, oh my God, I'm so old, you guys. Justin Norman, hey, and Smoke Devil. So I had been a Samsung kind of guy for a while, and then it was time to do, the level up. There's Natcat, hey. There's Cooper and Robert Smith. So long story short, I went from Samsung to Apple, and it's a learning curve. Krafa, the man behind the curtain, our typical producer and director, Dave, convinced me to go with Apple. So now I have an Apple phone. So I'm still learning how to do all the things. What happens if I do this? Nope. Rotate device back. Oh, God. This is so weird. So I'm probably upside down right now. Sorry, I'm like a complete noob. Okay. Yeah, I've joined the dark side, Smoke Devil. And it's not like the newest Apple. It's an iPhone 8, not even like the 8 Plus or 8S or whatever it is. So, excuse me, I'm a little dry. Here we go, Harry Potter fans. Dun, dun, dun. Harry Potter water bottle, except I'm drinking Coke Zero. So anyway, learning how to do things on the new phone. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. I have a moment. Connor Games, welcome. Welcome, Shernickies, Robert Smith. Yes, Robert Coke Zero. I'd been a longtime fan of the Diet Coke until Coke Zero came along, and now... Anyway, so much has been going on, you guys. I figured I'd do a little live update and test out this phone. So for all of y'all who are hanging out on a Sunday, cheers to you. I haven't started drinking. It's too early in the afternoon here. But it's a very snowy, cold time in Chicago. And I did a lot of snow blowing yesterday. And also spent a couple hours at the studio on a top secret, super amazing thing that you guys will be seeing later this month. I'm so excited. I totally want to give spoilers, but I can't. Justin DM'd my first session last night. All right, brother. Awesome. Congrats. Hope it went well. And even if it didn't, learning curve, just like with anything. Keep on doing it. And it gets more and more fun as you go along. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I know who PewDiePie is. I don't think PewDiePie needs my subscription. Glad it went fairly well. Good. So I figured in addition to doing some test runs with this new camera, I'd unbox some things. So I didn't get a lot of things for Christmas because I had to spend money on like real grown-up things like a vacuum cleaner. Woohoo! Christmas. But I did manage to use an Amazon gift card and get some of these here Pathfinder minis. So what I've found so far, I've gotten one of these, and these Pathfinder minis, you guys, they're nice, but they're kind of on the more heroic scale, in my opinion. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, buddy? Happy Sunday. So I got 3 of these boxes, and these aren't like brand new. This stuff's been around for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and open them all here with you guys. So let me actually turn around. This camera feels uncomfortably close. How do I flip the camera? There. Okay. Sorry I don't have a better surface. I guess I could use this pillow. Shit, I'm dropping things all over. Okay, so let's see. So we got Pathfinder battles. Wrath of the Righteous, pre-painted plastic figures, standard booster. I really should have gotten my tripod because it's kind of hard to do all this one-handed. So excuse me if I have to set the camera down for a second. Now you're going to see the struggles of a middle-aged man opening a box. Daniel Croman asks, have you ever DM'd a session where one player was dead set on making and selling fake potions? How do you stop them without killing them? You don't. You let them do it, and then you let consequences happen, just like the real world. You could give them some... Sometimes when somebody's going to make a stupid decision, I'll give them a chance to make a wisdom save. Or not a save, but just kind of like a wisdom roll. And I'll tell them in a narrative sort of way, like, you know that there's consequences for actions, or, you know, this city seems very lawful, you know. And usually if they're smart enough to get that hint, then they won't do it. But if they're just hell-bent on doing it, then have them do it and make it part of the narrative. So in other words, maybe they sell a potion to somebody who they think is just some sucker, right? But that sucker turns out to be the nephew of the local thieves guild, like, leader, right? So now the thieves guild surrounds him and is like, okay, you thought you were funny. You got two choices. Either we cut you apart bit by bit and feed you to the fishes, or you start doing favors for us, right? So something like that. Okay, so let me see if... oh, this sucks. I need a tripod. All right, so here's me putting the camera on my face while I rip open this package so that I can share these things with you. Some unboxing video, Bill. Psst. All right, now I'll flip it back. Okay, so here's what was in this box that I tore up. What is this? That is cool and big. What is that, a hag? Some kind of a witch? Jarunica. Jarunica. I don't know what a Jarunica is, unless it's like a PC or an NPC. But she's big. Like, way big. Like, bigger than everybody else. Jarunica. Jarunica. I don't know how you pronounce Jarunica. She's kind of looks like a, I don't know, looks like a witch or a hag to me. And she's definitely large. She's like on a large base. So I don't know what her jam is, but she looks scary. Then we got this trio of dudes who are all hey, Lukey. So I'm just doing some unboxing of Pathfinder minis. Yeah, I think so. This is from Wrath of the Righteous, this box right here. All right, once again, I'm gonna flip this back. Will Sam Allore have a mini someday? Yes. So, yeah, the unboxing of the packaging, exactly. All right, cool. I'm just getting these guys free. So yeah, to answer your D&D with high school students questions, I'll give you some updates for as much as I can. Sam's character will be drawn by Luigi Manese. He has agreed to do Sam's character, which is awesome. And we might commission him to do more character portraits down the line. But Luigi is really a great member of the community, and we really appreciate him doing this. Queen Galfrey. Okay, good. That's a lady knight right there. Nice details. If you see dirt in my fingernails, it's not dirt, it's paint. Because I've been working on some terrain again. Okay, let's see this dude. This is Shaggy Fiend. Zoinks! Zoinks, Scoob! A ghost clown? Alright, I will try not to do any spoilers, Natcat. But Sam's, yeah, exactly, Robert. Sam's character, Elore, will have a character portrait, which Luigi Manese is going to do. And we should have it next week. So it won't be on next week's episode, but the week after that. This dude is fiendish. Look at that, man. You know what? See, I think of this stuff, too, as like, even though it's made by Pathfinder, you could use this in pretty much any fantasy game. Or even, like, this guy could be post-apocalyptic, right? Like, he could be a mutant in some, like, Gamma World or Savage Worlds or post-apocalyptic game. I think. Yeah. Kind of like a... Yeah. I agree with y'all. Hey, Tri-State D&D Guild. How's it going building out the Midwest, buddy? Yeah, so this guy, clearly a lot of options here for how we could use him. And then, like I said, again, we have this lady witch who's on a large base. So she must be some NPC from their game. But here's this lineup from the first box. Yeah, like a Baba Yaga, exactly, Credio. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, you know what, and I'll be honest, the paint job's pretty good, man. I mean, as far as pre-painted minis go, there's a lot of detail in there. Look at that shield. Shield's real nicked up, and I mean, I'm pretty impressed with this paint job. Yeah, like a Swamp Witch, I could totally see that. I mean, a lot of options for how you could use these minis. Okay, we're gonna put them over here. All right, which one should we open next, guys? We have another Wrath of the Righteous, or I got this Deadly Foes. What do you guys think? Wrath? Do the other Wrath? Well, I'll put it to you this way. We're going to open up both of them, so I might as well just open up the duplicate. All right. Once again, I don't have a tripod, so I'm going to have to flip the camera because I cannot do it one-handed. And you have an awkward angle of Bill as I'm looking over. Here's a camera tip. Never aim the camera up at someone because it emphasizes their fat chin. Brr. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bill. Hey, Wyro Wood. Oh, ooh, did I just break that? Oh, crap. Hold on, guys. I think I just ripped a little bit too hard and might have tore a wing off of something. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. X-rated crap. Did I break it? Did I? Oh. Okay. Nope. I think we're good. Now, if that was a metal mini, that would have snapped the wing right off. But this guy's plastic, so I will flip the camera as soon as I can. Sorry. Hold on. There's a really annoying one of those like twist tie things that's holding this in, which is why it bent and probably would have broke if I wasn't super careful. Okay. Yay. Not broken. Okay, do you guys want to see what I was freaking out about? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. dun 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 dun. Come on, camera. This is a Rift Drake. Sweet. I don't have a Rift Drake. In fact, I don't have any kind of Drake, so that's dope. Yes. Soon, my friends, soon this Drake will come. He will fly down from the mountainous peak to attack. Hey, Tri-State, I hear you, brother. Don't worry about it. Take your time. We're all busy. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, go ahead, Cretio. I got your answer, maybe. What is thy question, my friend? Oh, this is cool. I like this dude. All right. Can the team fight a Tarrasque? Haha, no. I fought a Tarrasque with the guys gaming weekend a couple years back, and we were all like level 15 or more. And we almost died. And we had like an army. So Tarrasques are not meant to be lightly fought. However, one of the high school kids did say that we should do a one-shot where they all get 20th level characters and they get to fight a god, which I thought might be fun. So maybe we'll do that, like as a one-shot. Okay, let's take a look at the other guys that came in this package. I'm going to say, you know what? Just boom, look at that. I'm exceedingly happy with this box. Okay, so we have Blood Demon. You know how much I love demons, y'all. And if you've been watching Season 3, guess what? Red demons are more than just babies. Sorry, the chat's going by really fast. Cretio, ask your question again, please. That's cool. Cretio, repeat your question, please. This is also very cool. I am looking at the chat. Horned Demon. Yes. Bill, you have to use some of these in D&D with high school students. They're getting there. They're still kind of low level-ish for some of these guys, but they're working their way up. Burbling. If baby grow up, will be Blood Demon? Maybe. That's it, Thebe-Lycan. Maybe. The creature in the egg is a lava creature. Yes. Have you ever tried Curse of Strahd, and will you do any pre-made campaign with the students? I'm doing a Ravnica. Okay. Cretio, here is your answer to your question. I don't like to run other people's content, but I have played in Curse of Strahd. I also don't want to give out spoilers, but I will say this. There is a good chance that you will see D&D with high school students playing in an official D&D setting. Cooper, the level 20 thing would be cool as a one-shot, so we might try that. This is the last one. It's a burbling, and it's some kind of winged demon that looks almost like undead-ish, like an undead demon. So yeah, this is all good and a bowl of rice. That is a winning box, my friends. That is a winning box. And yes, maybe little red demon babies grow up to be this guy. Who knows? That Drake is my favorite. Okay, actually this whole box is the favorite. So here's what we got so far. That's her in there. Yeah, you know, like I said, the paint job's like pretty good. You know, it's not. I'm not super worried about paint jobs because I'm not laying this out for like a diorama to win prizes. I'm playing this, you know, at the table. So look at the ratio of good guys to bad guys. Rip. That lady is gonna die because there's a whole bunch of bad guys. All right, so yeah, I don't have a steady hand either, but I still keep trying to paint things. Would you run my campaign? I don't have enough time to run my own campaigns, you guys. There's a whole... You realize, of course, that D&D with high school students so far has only happened on one continent out of 8 on my planet. There are 8 more continents on my planet. So I have a crazy amount of content that I don't even have time to get out there myself. I feel overwhelmed by it a lot of times. That's one of the reasons why I want to publish. Credio, that's a good question. What's good about each setting? Each setting in my world has a very different flavor, but there are some settings that combine a lot of those flavors and cultures. Making the maps is pretty easy. It's making the world around that has been 20 years in the making. So, and that's one of the reasons why I want to publish the world content, is to get it out there so that people can start playing in it, and then, you know, gradually release more and more of the settings and that kind of stuff. So yeah, 20 years is a long time, man. But I realized it last year. I was like, I started working on this in 1998. Yeah, Robert, I'd really like to do a hardcover, at least for the main world book. I'd like to do a hardcover. So I was thinking kind of a Kickstarter to kick it off and get things going, with PDFs being available for purchase, you know, on either drive-through or something like that. Yeah, I mean, and part of the reason why I want to do a hardcover, you guys, is I know a lot of artists who are really talented, and I want to have a physical book, you know, where their art is, you know, visualizing my world. I mean, I have very clear descriptions of the races and the creatures in my world. And I want to bring those to life with talented young artists, and I want to pay those artists, you know. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's, I tell you that my goal would be to produce a hardcover that's not super expensive, you know, something in the reasonable range like you would pay for a D&D book, like $50, but with, you know, full color and really cool art, and that would be the starter, you know, book. And then every continent after that would have a book, and then after that it would just be, you know, modules. And I think for the modules I would do PDFs that you could buy on Drive-Thru RPG, because I probably have like 70 campaign adventures that are set throughout 4 of the continents. Like, I don't even, there are 4 continents that I don't even have adventures in yet because I haven't play tested them. Oh, hey, Charles. Bonjour. Bonjour. Yes, awesome. Yeah, sorry for those of you guys who won the trivia contest. It took a while to mail that stuff out, so I'm glad that Charles was able to confirm that he got his stuff, and I sent some extra stuff too. So, all right, there is one more, and that is Deadly Foes. So let's do Deadly Foes. So I'm gonna flip it back so I can make room. What the hell? There we go. I'm sitting in the basement, opening up things. Bill, will you be making archetypes? I missed the first part of that, Credio, but yeah. So in my original worlds, I have races, monsters. I have pantheons of gods, whole governments, everything. So I do have some archetypes for that stuff, but I also am making my worlds to be a fantasy setting that could be used in any game system. Hey, Jonathan. Right on. See you, buddy. poor country within their knowledge. Oh, cool, Coop. Whoa, what? What? You guys, this next box is crazy. There's a very, very large mini in this. I'm kind of scared. What? Oh. All right, ready? Ready to geek out with me? Dun, 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 dun. That is one big giant. That is a big ass giant. What kind of giant? Shadow giant. Yeah, you know what, Credio, I think you could use him as a sun god. You can use him as whatever you wanted, man. I mean, he's big. He's kind of got like a South American native, you know, maybe Aztec vibe to him. So I could see you use him in, you know, as a sun god, but this, technically, he's a shadow giant. So, I've never played in Chult, but I'll bet you could use him. I'll bet you can use this guy in a Tomb of Annihilation or Chult kind of game. That's awesome, dude. He is big. Yep. All right, and then the rest of these minis, for some reason, in this shipping, came in these little baggies. I should be able to do this one-handed. Let's see if I can make my dexterity check to open a bag with just one hand. Yep, there we go. Okay. Who's this? Who's that? Is that a hero? Thrune Enforcer. Thrune Enforcer. Okay. Well, she looks like she can enforce some stuff. She's got a big old, what is that, a mace? I can't see because I don't have glasses on that work really well. That shield looks dope. Yeah, Thrune Enforcer. Yeah, you can. This could easily be like a good cleric PC or NPC. She could be like a, yeah, probably even a paladin. Cool. All right, let's see. Yeah, look, here's the scale comparison, dude. Look at how big she is versus big old shadow giant. Okay, so 2 questions. Why Rowood asked about video about my terrain. Yes, there's a whole playlist of terrain stuff that I have already, so go check that out on the channel. And then Credio, you asked about, I can't, oh, where? The Genasi, yeah. So the Genasi idea on New Wolf Oatmai. Yes and no, buddy. I don't have a plan to use the Genasi yet in the campaign, but there's a chance that it could come up depending on where the characters go with this. All right, next guy up is Torrent Hell Knight. Doh, dude. Speaking of Genasi, yeah, man, that guy's cool. I could see this being like a Water Genasi Death Knight Paladin. Anti-Paladin or something. I don't know. He kind of... Yes. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Look at the detail on that, guys. Atlantean Warrior. Yes. Yeah, he kind of looks like some... Yeah. Kind of has like an Aquaman knight. Yeah, it's not a bad paint job. Some decent, looks like some decent shading in there too. Well, you know what? I can't complain because this was like Amazon gift cards that I got for Christmas, and I figured I might as well. Ooh, and then some little guy. Look at that. What is this? What? An accuser devil. Accuser devil. That's kind of the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But now I'm enthralled. So he's got like a weird long tongue or stinger or something. And he's like half bee, half... I don't even... This just looks like the kind of mini that I would use to annoy the party. Yeah, Tinkerbell on steroids, right? Sorry, man, this camera's... I'm having a rough time focusing and holding everything straight. Got the shakes. All right, so that... Yeah, I got... This is a pretty wide variety of stuff. Let me see if it'll all fit back on the pillow. I'm doing an unboxing on a pillow in the basement on a Sunday because it's cold outside and why not? All right, so dun 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 dun. What are those island-backed turtles? Turtles? I don't know. I haven't used turtles before. Yes, who said that? Phoebe Lycan said to paint this red and make it a flying devil baby. Yeah. I've been using the Dwarven Forge fire newts for the devil babies, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So glad you guys could tune in for a little little unboxing. There's the packaging. Bye, packaging. Have you ever played a modern day D&D game? Yeah, well, not using the D&D system. If I play modern, I usually play something else. Yes, I will. I'm a good recycler. We're pretty good about that around here. Yeah, so I mean, let me see that. Okay, I guess we could do a short Q&A. All right, give me a second. I'm going to, I have to move because I'm getting like a headache sitting like this. So everybody hang tight. I'm still here. Just going to move operations. I'll give you a sneak peek of some terrain that I'm working on. How about that? Welcome to the laundry room. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, welcome to Bill's Laboratory. On today's episode, we're going to take a look at some terrain in progress. Boop, 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 boop. So, what's that look like to you guys? I should have brought some minis in there. It's not done, but what's it look like? An arena. Yes, very good, Thebe. It's supposed to be an arena. And it started off, yes, a fighting pit or a stadium or arena. It started off as like one of these kind of things, right? Just some styrofoam packaging. Then I black based it. Actually, I cut these brick pieces out of some of the base, which was very tedious. And then I black based it. And then I put, just today, I put on the gray coat. So then I'm going to need to go through and do some highlights. And then I'm actually going to take real sand and drop little sand piles in here before I paint over the last layer. So that is going to eventually be a fighting pit. I don't know if you guys can see this. If any of you tuned into any of the old Fun Day Mondays or Crafty Thursdays, you might remember that the students and I were making dumb monsters with leftover pieces of things, and this is one of those. This is an unfinished pile of crafting things. Here's some more hill pieces, pink foam that I was going to do. There's that house that Neely was working on. There's another one that hasn't even been started. There's the Smurf cottages that I still need to do. More monsters. There's some canoes, some boats. And then here's, if y'all want to see my crafting stuff, this is just a small portion of it. Under the workbench, I have fake plants and more pink foam, and then some cork board. This is some more crafting stuff. I got glue, paints, more paints. Got a bunch of brushes in there. What else? Well, this is probably the biggest thing that I haven't even opened yet, but this is from Christmas. I got nice brushes for painting minis, and I got that, which was not cheap. But I'm looking forward to unboxing that and then actually painting some minis, which will be fun. Because I have minis to paint, people. Let's see. This is, so just so you guys know, my whole lair is in the room where the sump pump for the house is, as well as everything that, like, this is like a closet, basically. My man cave is just like the dankest part of the house. And it's cold because it's not insulated. So I got some minis to paint. I'll show you this. So there's Ray. Yes, that's right. He's holding a frying pan. That's my character from The Bard's Tale. This is from GaryCon 10. This is like the avatar, basically. The plane, Solar, I think. It's basically Gary Gygax as a Solar. They're metal. And then I have some other guys in here that I want to get to. Got a Dragonborn. Couple Dragonborn? What do I got? Couple Dragonborn. And a couple, like, villagers down there. They're plastic. I gotta paint those. Put those back. So the workshop is busy, y'all. Then I got all these minis. So I have some modern metal minis. And I have some animals, some big animals like lions and tigers and an elephant. And then I have some trolls and ogres. And they're all metal minis that I bought for dirt cheap at GaryCon. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, this is, I'll try to move back. This phone doesn't have a super wide lens, but basically that's my whole workshop area. How many more episodes are you planning for this season of D&D? Well, in a way, I'm planning on the whole semester. Because I want to be able to develop the story more with these characters. Now that we kind of got past all the drama of the earlier part of season 3, I feel like we could really kick butt. So I want to kind of cultivate that. This is my collection of things. Every nerd has a collection. Mine starts up there with these signed prints of Jeff Easley artwork. I was able to meet Jeff Easley at the Renaissance Fair in Wisconsin, which isn't too far from Chicago, and have him sign my prints. Then I have a whole collection of nerdish artifacts right here, including the original D&D toys from my childhood. Yep, those are the action figures. There's Melf the elf. That's Luke Gygax's actual character that got made into a toy. Then there's more of my nerdish collection. What else? Some of these are more, yes, these are the nerdish, they are my nerdish artifact. That's Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China. That's a D&D. This is the Pit Fiend. And that is King Hecaton from Storm Giants, whatever it's called. That's a Cthulhu, big guy head. There's some Lord of the Rings and Hobbit guys. More of those. This is a ceramic skull that I made in ceramics class in college. There's Legolas. He looks like he fell down, lost his balance. Stay there, buddy. Some more stuff. That's Baron Karza from the Micronauts. If you were my age, you might remember the Micronauts as being toys from the 70s and 80s. So, yep. And then we have actual artifacts. So these are real things from travels. So I got some Asian artifacts from when I went to Asia. And some Middle Eastern artifacts that my parents brought back when they went to Egypt and the Middle East way back when. And African statue that a friend of mine gave me. So just some cool stuff. And then some more artifacts. Some cool old things. There's some trilobites, old fossils, and yeah, just a bunch of other crap. Horror movies on DVD and Star Wars on VHS. CDs, some 45 records, some buttons, more swag. That's about it. That's about it. Do you think that D&D is getting more popular? Sure seems like it. I mean, I think it's becoming more acceptable and more mainstream. I'll put it to you this way. I don't think that it has the stigma that it used to have back in the 80s, where people were like, you know, when I was growing up playing D&D, there were people who sincerely believed that it was like a tool of the devil. I'm not even joking. Like, not, I mean, people I know. Like, for example, I remember my family went to Florida to visit my older sister and her husband. And I, you know, being a, whatever I was, 12-year-old boy, brought my D&D books. And my brother-in-law put the books out in their front porch. He would not have the books out in his house because he believed that they were satanic, which is just the stupidest thing ever. Yeah. All right, we'll do a short Q&A, but I gotta flip this camera up somehow so I could see the questions, man, because the chat on this camera is going by way too fast. All right, so what do you think about bards? I like bards. I mean, people think that there's overpowered classes. I think anything could be overpowered, you know? If you know how to build a class and min-max it, anything could be overpowered. The key is like not building an overpowered character. Build a character that's fun to play, or that's a challenge to play. I think that's the most important thing, you know? I like bards because I think there's a lot of room for bards to be valuable members of the party. I mean, not just for inspiration. Like, you know, you got to have somebody with charisma in a party. It's helpful. For sure. Half-elf bard's a good choice because half-elves get, you know, that charisma bonus. Just created a rogue last night. Never played one before. Scott, gotta say, man, rogues are my go-to class. I love them. Love rogues, especially 5th edition. Love rogues. Just so much fun to play. So many useful skills. And so many different ways to play a rogue. You know, and it's not like they have to be a thief or have to be an assassin. Favorite race and class? Right now, I'm going to say... Well, my favorite race is always human. I think human. So, and a lot of people may be confused, like, why would I choose a boring human? Well, it's not that I don't like the other races or haven't played them. It's just at a certain point, like, all of the different options, once you've played everything, things come full circle, right? So, like, you know, you might be like, oh, there's a new race out. And it's, you know, and you could do this, this, and that. Or there's a new class or a new subclass. And the new things are cool for a little bit, but then you kind of like go back to the beginning, you know? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone back and made a human or a dwarf or just some basic race and class combo, and that ended up being a blast. So for me, you know, it depends on whose campaign I'm playing in and what we're doing. But like the human variant with a feat that helps define who they are, that might actually be, you know, a fun way to build a character. Bill was wondering what you actually teach at school. I teach the video classes. So I actually teach media, film and television. We have a studio, and the students learn camera, lighting, sound, editing, and they do a whole bunch of different projects. So when we do the D&D shows, it's actually now become part of the class experience. So students can work on the crew for the D&D shows. So that's kind of, it's the best of both worlds. It's really an awesome opportunity for them to learn about gaming and teamwork and all that stuff. What would you do if a player playing a druid keeps being narcissistic and sacrificing the party for their self-gain? That's rough. Mark Gump, I have thought about doing that. It's a challenge. Y'all have to hold on. Sorry. This is just like at the high school where I get interrupted. So hang tight. Hello? Are you here? That was my youngest son. He just got back home, and his face is red because it's snowing. Okay. It's the missionaries wondering if they can save you from D&D. Have you looked into the D&D starter set? If so, what do you think of it? Yeah, it's a great... It's probably the best thing that 5th edition did. They came out with a starter set. You could buy that and you could play the game. Absolutely. And they give you adventures. They give you all the basics. I'm a sophomore and I'm taking an intro to digital media. Present. Oh, thank you. Hey, listen, I got to tell you guys that it's honestly making the show and having the students learn about D&D and get excited about it is the best thing ever. Because I went into teaching because I wanted to convey the things that I had learned working professionally in film and television. But I never in my wildest dreams thought that I'd be able to combine learning about media with my love of role playing. So it's really been awesome. And you guys are absolutely the reason why all that's possible, because it shows the students that, you know, they can make something that's really high production value and really high quality. Wyro Wood. Wyro Wood. See, I got it. I remembered. Have a great day, Wyro Wood. Wyro Wood. It's still hard to say fast. Let's see. So some of the things that we're looking at doing this semester, guys, is doing a little more behind the scenes. We want to show how we do D&D with high school students. And if you remember, early in season 2, my student Paul, who graduated, did a kind of a walkthrough for how to set it up. We have a whole new setup. So Michael and Jack O'Brien are going to do some short videos talking about how we do D&D with high school students and show some behind the scenes, which we thought might be fun for you guys. So a lot of people have asked if we're going to do it live. We have some plans to do it live, but really the biggest and hardest challenge is scheduling. Scheduling is a nightmare. And honestly, one of the reasons why the cast in season 3 has changed so much has been because of scheduling. So that's the hard part. If I had a way to have the kids at the studio every week, same day, same time, I would be live every week, without a doubt. In fact, we've had offers from way bigger players in the game than us to stream live on Twitch, but the problem is it's scheduling. I can't get the students to be there at the same time because they're involved in other activities. Some of them have like athletics, some of them are in other clubs at the high school, some of them have part-time jobs. So it's really, that's the hard part. If, you know, I'd love to do it live, but I just don't know if that's possible because, or if it'll ever be possible, because it really requires like total dedication from the students who are playing on the cast. Yeah, real life keeps getting in the way. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, and just so you guys know, nobody's forced to play the game. Like, everybody who plays in the game, they're not doing it for a grade. They're just doing it because I asked if they wanted to play, or they asked me if they could play. The only people who are getting a grade in my class for the D&D shows are the crew. So, like, Jack is working hard every time we're shooting. He's there. He's setting it up behind the scenes, you know, and then Michael. And so there are a few students who are the advanced students who are literally in charge of the show from a technical standpoint. And they're pretty amazing, actually. I'm hoping that I have some younger students coming up the ranks who will, you know, fill in, because right now all of the leaders in our program are seniors in high school, and they're going to graduate in a few months. So we will have to train some younger, dedicated and devoted students to be able to work on the shows. Can I play? Well, one of my 2019 goals was to launch the Patreon and to be able to have some pledge levels that would allow for playing online using Google Hangouts or one of the different online options. So the answer is maybe. That's not yet deployed, so we'll have to see. Yeah, it really is, Mark. And I mean, we're fortunate enough to have the space to be able to set things up and typically leave it. It's a 16-hour flight from where you live. Well, you know, that's a challenge, Donko. Um, yes, any updates on playing online with college students? Roger, you have asked a difficult question. It's not so much about online anymore as it is the chemistry between those students in real life. So several of the cast members of season 2 are not friends anymore. There was a lot of drama behind the scenes, and many of them are not friends anymore. So getting them to play a game together when they don't even like each other is the reason why it's been hard to do that. All right, let's see. Yes, drama. Have the senior pick apprentices and train the young students. Yeah, Daniel, that's kind of what we're doing. We're starting to bring in some new younger kids to do that. Do you have to get approved by your school district to play the game? No, it's just one of the programs that the students produce. So we're pretty approved, I guess you could say. Like I could know Rayloff, and we're getting together to hope the first Live Aid. Host the first Live Aid. The old high school friendship drama. Yeah. It's really like I stay in touch with the season 2 cast members, and a lot of them, when they were back over Christmas break, they came to the studio and they visited, but like they don't necessarily all get along with each other. That's kind of the larger problem. Okay, so that's, yeah, the high school part is kind of why the college students. Now I don't want to give too much of a spoiler, but I will say this. We did manage to get one episode of D&D with college students done. I can't tell you who, because that would be a major spoiler. So just look out this month for an episode, the first ever episode of D&D with college students. It can be worse than Monopoly. Yeah, it kind of can. Try one episode with teachers as players. So I actually, as a fundraiser, we're thinking about doing that. We're thinking about doing a special one-shot called D&D with teachers, and having the money go towards one of the fundraisers that the school is supporting. So we might do that. That might actually happen. And you'd be shocked at how many teachers used to play D&D, or some of them still do. So that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. So what else is coming up? Well, our big conference, our big convention, LionCon, is coming up in the first weekend in February. So we have, if you haven't checked out that, please do. Like, if you guys are on Facebook, literally right now, go over to another tab in your computer or phone or whatever, and go to LionCon, LYONCON. We have a website, lioncon.net, and give the Facebook page a like. We have LionCon 2019 up there right now, and it's coming up in a couple weeks. It is our convention that we started last year, and it's just a little microcon, but it's got all the cool things that you would hope to have at a convention. It's got tons of games, board games, tabletop role-playing games, strategy games, card games. We have vendors that will be there, comic book vendors. We have gaming stores that have backed us. We have escape rooms. We have a bunch of cool vendors. We have a screening room that will be screening anime and sci-fi and fantasy films. We have a costume and cosplay contest with prizes. So it's just a really fun weekend. It's family friendly, open to the public, and it's like $10 a day for the whole day. And it's going to be pretty cool. So we have some special guests, and we will be doing live streaming from LionCon as well. So I'm hoping to get the cast together to do D&D with high school students at LionCon, but even if I don't get that, I know that Initiative Coffee Company is planning on doing the Bard's Tale live, so I'll be in on that. So yeah, if you're in the Midwest, within, you know, a reasonable drive of Chicago or the Chicago area, come on out to LionCon, because I'll be there both days, Saturday and Sunday, all day long. And yes, Sunday, February 3rd is the Super Bowl. So we'll have it on TV for those who need to have their football fix. Let's see. Most of my D&D. Let's see. Sorry, I got to get caught up on the chat. I miss Cooper. Yeah, you know what's funny is we're talking about maybe in spring break trying to get Matt and Max and Cooper and a couple other people together, the college students, to play. So we just weren't able to make it happen over winter. So yeah. Anyway, what else is coming up? GaryCon. If you're not familiar with GaryCon, it is the convention that started when Gary Gygax passed away. When they had Gary Gygax's funeral, his family and friends decided to have like a gaming weekend in honor of Gary. And that was the first GaryCon. So they started doing it. We went last year to GaryCon 10, and this coming year in March is GaryCon 11, and we will be there once again. And we are the official video crew for GaryCon 11. We'll be there with Maze Arcana. If you guys don't know who Maze Arcana is, that's Rudy Rutenberg and Satine Phoenix. And we'll be there with all the other big names in the gaming industry. Not just D&D people, but just the whole gamut. So, yeah. So if you're planning on going to GaryCon, let me know, because we'll be there and we'll meet up. Let's see. Can anyone please cosplay as one of the cast characters? That'd be awesome. It would be pretty awesome, actually, if I could get them in costume. That would be fun. Do you ever cheat as a DM? If you do, is it for the benefit of the players or against the players? No, I don't really need to cheat. That's why, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't use the DM screen because I don't need to. If I roll and you die, that's how it happens. Like, you know, or if I roll and miss, then that's how that happens. That's why I don't use a DM screen. When you don't have a screen to hide your rolls behind or to hide other things behind, it kind of forces you to engage with the players more. And I'm not judging people who use a DM screen. That's fine. Especially if you're a newer DM and you want to have your notes out, or if you're running like content from a published book or a module and you want to have your notes out, it's totally fine to use a screen. DM screens are also useful for like having like, you know, tables and charts up there so that you have a quick reference. But I personally don't use them. I don't need them, and I feel like it disrupts the interaction between me. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I feel like it disrupts the action between me and my players. So at the table, I do not use a screen, and therefore I cannot cheat. Let's see. Cosmic 24 Wizard. Get Matt Mercer. No, I don't think Mercer doesn't go to GaryCon, or at least he wasn't there last time. There will be some big names there, though. Luke Gygax, obviously. The Gygax family, obviously. Joe Manganiello. Stefan Pokorny from Dwarven Forge. And then a lot of the old TSR and D&D masters. Tim Kask. Zeb Cook. Just a ton of the TSR people, because a lot of them are still in the Midwest. Have you ever co-DM'd? Good question, Scott. So I have co-DM'd, and it depends on who you're co-DMing with. So I've had co-DMing situations where it was a train wreck and we argued about what to do all the time. And then I've had some very smooth co-DMing situations. So yeah, I mean, one example recently is when I got together in early December for my guys gaming weekend, where I get together with all the college buddies. They've been playing together for decades. My friend Dan started off DMing, and then he had to leave the weekend midway through, so then I took over, and it was smooth. We just ran with it, and it worked out really well. So, have you ever done a modern day D&D campaign? No. If I'm going to play a modern setting, I would use a different mechanic system. So, for example, if I wanted to play something narrative, I might use White Wolf's World of Darkness system, or Vampire. You might know their games like Vampire and Mage. That works really well for modern. I've used Call of Cthulhu, the Chaosium's publication, for some modern gaming. But I've never really used D&D mechanics for a modern setting. I have my own mechanics, by the way. I have a game system, and that's what I use when I'm not using someone else's system and I want to just run something that's like original content. I use my mechanics. I think it helped that we had very delineated geographic areas. Yeah, for sure, Scott. I mean, if you're running, and I'll give you an example. Even if you're just running in Faerun, in the Forgotten Realms, just that continent, you know, if you decide like, all right, so-and-so is going to be running anything that happens on the Sword Coast, and then somebody else is running anything that happens in the Sea of Fallen Stars, you could have incredible, you know, opportunities for everybody to play. Because, I mean, as much as I love playing, DMing, I also love playing. And I usually end up DMing. And I don't have a problem with that because I like to DM. I really do. I enjoy world building and creating the stories, and I enjoy the players kind of like exploring my world. But I also like to play. And I think I'm pretty good as a player. Like, I always try to come prepared. I always try to, you know, I try to maintain my character, you know, and stay in character as much as possible. So yeah. Yeah, I think that co-DMing is a good way to give you some balance. Greetings from Croatia. Goran Mitrovic. Mitrovic? I love your channel. I'm always listening to it while I'm working. Well, thank you. Thank you, Goran. I'm glad that you understand my English because it's not always very clear, but thank you for supporting us and for watching us. It's good to know that we have friends all over the place, and I know Lukey's, and where is Lukey? Germany, I think. Are you going to publish your own mechanic system? Yes. In the stream earlier, I was talking about doing a Kickstarter. The idea would be to publish my first world book and the mechanics, and then from there, people could kit bash, you know. So if you wanted to play my world in D&D, it would be a very easy translation, and I might even provide the suggested translations. So I think it would be very easy. I've play tested my game in D&D, let me think, 3rd edition, 3.5, 4th, 5th, obviously, and then Pathfinder. So I've play tested my world in all of those games, and I play tested in using my specific mechanics, and it works. So let's see who's from where. Wow, sorry, this chat's going so fast. I gotta get caught up. So David said, "Hey, oh hey David, how's it going, buddy? I can't wait for this Thursday as my group gets to explore the Fey realm now that our stronghold is built." That is cool. I think there's a huge amount of potential for exploring other realms and other planes that are not that don't have big source books that give you room to kind of make it your own and put your own stamp on it. So that's cool. I'm glad you're experimenting with that. What is your favorite character you made? Oh, Daniel, what a question. A long time ago, I made a monk named Lavo. His full name was Kegimi Lavo Ekungsi, and he was an awesome monk with huge wisdom and huge dexterity, and was just a total blast to play. And I haven't made a monk since then because he died, but he died a heroic death, and that's what's important. I also like my halfling fighter rogue, whose name is Kill, and that's all he says. That's the only word he can say is kill. So he's fun to play. I love my half-elf barbarian rogue Cook on the Bard's Tale. If you guys don't already subscribe to Initiative Coffee Company, go to their YouTube channel and subscribe, because I play in that one and it's fun. And his name is Ray, and he is awesome. Those are some of my favorite characters. Are you in Bard's Tale Season 3? Just finished Season 2 and how it flowed. Yes, I'm in Season 3. So get caught up. The Bard's Tale is moving along pretty quickly, and it's I think they're going to be, Season 3 will have at least 13 episodes. So I think we're up to episode 8 there, or 9. I'm not really sure. What do you think about making your own world and having massive history behind it and then abandoning the world? Well, I could tell you that I've made my own world for 20 years. I haven't abandoned it yet. But I would... My hope is that when I do publish it, that people will take what I built and run with it and make their own adventures in that world. That's the whole reason why I built it. Break my game. That's what I want people to do. Try it. Have fun. And if it sucks, let me know, and maybe I'll fix it. That would be my goal, is to make a game that's a living, breathing, organic world that people will play in and contribute to, and then maybe the things that they do will become part of the lore of that world. So that's like the, you make a thing and you put it out in the world. And some people will love it, and some people will rip it apart, and everything in between. Let's see. Luki is from Germany. Theblyken is from Middle East. Slovakia, Canada, Tacoma, Washington, Norway, New Orleans, yay. Eastern Canada, Eugene, Oregon, Southern Cal, Northern Maine. See, everybody's everywhere. Tampa Bay, born and raised. Hey, I have family in Tampa. My older sister and brother. My first character was a magic user, and I've always been bad at names, so I named him Galadin. That's funny, Scott Marish. You entertain me. Yeah, throughout the whole game, Luki, all that Kill says is kill. So if you ask him a question, his response is kill. And then if the answer is yes, it's kill. Or if it's no, it's kill. It's kind of fun playing that character. Maybe it was annoying for the DM, but I think it was fun. That's all he says. All right, I think I'm caught up on the chat, which also means that it's almost time to go, kids. Quebec. Well, I have enjoyed our Sunday gathering, friends. Thank you for tuning in. If you just tuned in late, really quick before I sign off, I'll show you the minis that we unboxed. It was fun, and I hope to be able to use them. So I'm gonna show them to you now. There they are. These were Pathfinder minis from the Deadly Foes box and the Wrath of the Righteous. So we had some demon guys there, and a big old shadow giant, and a drake, and a nice knight right there. So yeah, whole bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea. This little flying baby guy might have to become a demon, red demon baby. But he's got bee legs, so I don't know, maybe that's another thing I'm gonna have to do. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and have a great Sunday. This is me waving to you all. Bye. We will be back next week, so stay tuned. In fact, there's gonna be extras. This is my farewell spoilers for all of you that have hung out. There's going to be extras. Extra things coming on the channel, so stay tuned. And of course, more D&D with high school students. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Have an awesome day and weekend.
Bye.
And may your adventures be great and your dice rolls be wonderful. And remember that we only get one chance, so be good to yourselves and to each other. Peace out. Dun, 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 dun.